So your boy man NJ to the city with the number 2 in TO. So let's get into this. Um, what I'm gonna say is definitely my opinion, and nobody has to agree with it. But to take it a step further, it's actually backed by the Bible, science. You could even say math. Okay, let's get into it. So, because a while back, I had said, as a, godly, dare I say, I don't even know how you could put godly in this situation, but godly, I was saying it as a joke about, I could transition, and so on. And then, and that was like how many months ago, and so on. And it's amazing. I just had this light bulb go off in my head within the last couple minutes that says, no matter how much surgery you get, you can never be a biological female. You can't. So God bless all trans out there, but it's facts. And facts don't care about your feelings. But more so, just study your biology book and you'll find that out. No matter how much, especially because a woman's body is so complex, let alone a woman's genes are so complex. And what makes a woman is so complex, godly. No matter how much surgery you get, you can never be a woman, let alone a biological woman. You can just never do it. You can never do it. Never. For example, a woman's reproductive organs. I can tell you, you're gonna screw your body up trying to. You can and you will screw your body up so drastically. This is why I don't know how many groups of trans have already committed suicide. Rest in peace, because no one told them. No matter how much surgery you get, you can never be a biological woman and/or a biological male, but definitely in this case, a biological woman. Because God designed our bodies so unique to us. It's exceptional, and you can't get around it. You just can't. You really can't. If you think you can, you're lying to yourself. That's why I think that 9 out of the 10, most trans kids or most kids that are trying to become trans, your parents failed you because your parents did not arm you with any sort of discernment that they could have and should have armed you with. Now, that doesn't mean in terms of they failed you in terms of like, how do I put this? Like when I say they failed you in terms of like, they should have got, yeah. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying, church kids all come out perfect because they don't, but it's to say your parents should have, could have got you in church, could have, should have got you in counseling, could have, should have got you in something, involved in something with somebody, someplace, doing something. They could have done something better, greater, more for you, with you, where, it would have helped you, manage your emotions more fluently and express them more outgoingly, and so on. To where most of your feelings about being trapped in your own body has a lot to do with your mental health. A lot to do with it. That does not mean in terms of mental health, in terms of you got a disorder, but in terms of has a lot to do with your mental health in terms of like, did I even say, you could even say some of your personality traits. Like you were born in the right body. Everybody was. But you just might be more feminine than your friends, or might be more masculine than your friends, or less masculine, or whatever term you would have put there. But trust me, screwing your body slash screwing your biology up just so you can be something that you feel for the moment has long-term consequences. And that's something that I know your doctors are hiding from you. Your parents are definitely not arming you with the information. And anybody who's just freely encouraging you to literally wreck your body because they don't understand you no more than you understand you is garbage. A lot of the doctors already sold out to money and so on. It's a manufacturer crisis. That's why I think the statistics say 9 out of 10 people who do the surgeries and go through it, definitely, especially young, depending on how young you are, they grow up to regret it 4 or 5 years or 10 years down the line and so on. There's a reason for that. Because especially as a child, especially as a child, you are going through so many underdeveloped emotions, thoughts, opinions, and so on. You don't understand your body yet. Even if you're, even 18 plus, some still don't understand. Some, if not most, still don't understand their body yet. But you definitely don't when you're still in single digits. You definitely don't. You definitely don't when you're just now going through puberty at 15, 16, 17 years old or whatever. you don't get it just yet. That's why I say that if you're gonna become a trans, do it when you're 18 plus. Parents, you should be telling your child that, because at least 18 plus, let alone 18 plus, arm them with the discernment, arm them with the knowledge, arm them with the tutelage. So then 18 plus, it definitely isn't on your hands, your afterlife, when your child does it prior to, and so on. If your child's gonna do it, let them do it. Did I say when they get legally grown? The point there is, let them do it when they get legally grown. Don't let them do it underage, still in your house, under your rules, under really forget all that. Don't let them do it under your supervision, under your cosign, just like that, and so on. Because if you do, trust me, you will regret it. You might not believe in an afterlife yet. Trust me, you will. You will. You will. And that's easy. And guys, my judgment witness, that is some of some of the best that I can spit on the topic. A woman's biology is so magnificent and godly complex. God knew what he was doing designing our bodies. Okay? No matter how much surgery you get, you can never be the opposite sex. You can never be that. Don't fool yourself. Don't lie to yourself. And don't let your parents just, that they ship you off to nowhere thinking that they know what you're doing, where you're going, and yada, yada, yada. That's why I say a lot of parents, I love you, but I know you failed it as parents. I hate to say that, knowing I'm in my early 20s and I don't have children of my own. But I don't think it takes having children of your own to realize you failed as a parent if you're letting your child in single digits dictate what their gender is. I think that's common sense at this point. Your child, that's I think the word's asinine to me, because it just doesn't make any sense. It's literally crazy talk and a bunch of other garbage. That's how we get these people in their older ages, slim percentage, but they're older ages, thinking like, oh, I'm a human dinosaur now, or I'm a whatever, getting again all this surgery and all this other stuff, trying to escape reality, thinking that they're whatever they think that they are. Because these are underdeveloped feelings, underdeveloped thoughts, underdeveloped emotions, underdeveloped opinions, let alone they just were never armed with the discernment on how to make better, cleaner decisions, and so on and so on. Now, I understand, God bless, some kids grew up either A, in a broken home, B, they grew up in a foster care system, or wherever they grew up, however they grew up, where, of course, that's why they were never, ever taught these things. And that's why I'm saying, I don't care whether you're in a public or private school, but I promise to God Almighty, somebody, somewhere, something, some program has to do a better job at picking up the slack of where a lot of parents and older siblings are absolutely leaving their younger siblings, younger children behind. That's why I call myself the young role model, mentor, middle school mentor, big brother to the youth that I am, By the way, I just made a term a middle school mentor. They all start with M's, so that's why. Actually, no, they do not. Forgive me. I set that backwards in my mind, but you get the point. That's why I market myself as a. Well, I said that in another way in my mind. But that's why I market myself as a role model, as a mentor, as a big brother to the youth, and that's why I definitely market myself as a middle school mentor, because whatever I can do to God first, help shape and mold and craft these young kids' potential to be the godly best they can be at 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. So when they get to high school, they're more armed with the knowledge and they got a better grasp on, their ceiling, which is, they really don't have one, but you get the point, and so on. The sky's the limit for them. Whatever I can do to get them in a better mental headspace so the way they understand God first, everything that they need to be the best and most successful in life, school, and sports, not only through high school, but towards, young adulthood. That's who I am. That's what I live for and exist for. Let alone that's what a lot of schools, and it burns me up to even talk about this, because that's my biggest problem with a lot of schools. They're failing our kids at every which way when it comes to this conversation. A lot of our schools, you have these kids there and you're not doing anything to teach them morals, discipline, kindness, common sense, and I want to say practicability or practicals, and so on. You're not doing anything. Especially this school year, I feel like was supposed to be a beginning marker into deeper social justice issues, let alone just deeper conversations in general and period, when it came to not just social justice issues, but when it came to, again, life, love, and living, and so on. How we treat each other, who we want each other to be, who we personally want ourselves to be, how we can grow into being a bigger family amongst a greater community. That's not to say that we're all meant to agree with each other on every darn thing, because that's just not going to happen. But it is to say that we could have taken, and we still can going forward the next school year, more steps, more steps with an open dialogue where, trust me, we're not going to let the devil have our kids anymore. We're going to literally do everything we God first can to raise our kids up to be smarter, kinder, wiser, and more mature at the earliest of ages, and so on. Because trust me, the devil got your kids in so many different ways that I can barely even explain to you right now, and so on. And dare I say, the devil probably got you. If you're someone that takes pride in letting your child negatively dictate to you about their gender and stuff like that, and a lot of things I can name. If you're someone that someone that will let your child, if you're someone that will let your child transition in single digits, more importantly, single digits, probably even, you could even say towards like 14, 15 years old, but definitely single digits. If you're someone that's going to let your child transition in single digits, all in the name of letting, your child be happy, you have no clue what you're doing. You just don't have a clue. You really don't. And I'd be, more than willing to say you don't know who Christ is, let alone you think this world's never going to end. That's probably the second one more than anything. You think this world's never going to end. I love everybody, but you must think this world's never going to end. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what just happened last year, during the crisis. Look what just happened with shutdowns, lockdowns, shutdowns, lockdowns, and your local grocery stores, etc. Look at what just happened. Look, this world is going to end one day, one way, or another. God did say with the rainbow flags, because it's a biblical term, biblical meaning, and so on. God did say he would never destroy the earth with a flood ever again. But you best be weary and wise. He has other ways of destroying it, let alone destroying you. So don't curse yourself. Don't put yourself in a grave before God puts you in a grave. And a lot of you, I think, do this garbage and protest against God. I think a lot of you do this garbage and protest against your creator. I mean, do you really think politics is going to save you? Do you think politics is going... Do you literally think politics is going to save you? You literally think that doctor who's prescribing you this, who's just taking your money, yada, yada, you really think they're going to save you? Without the power of the Holy Spirit invested in them, they will just ruin and destroy you. They will... I'm telling you, I love y'all. I really, really, I love everybody, anybody who might watch this video. I love you. But I'm telling you, it's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. And I thank God I just went off on that little tangent, because I think that's very true. A lot of you, I think, are doing this, under that pretense, of, again, I can just do whatever I want, and a few other things like that. I mean, we all got free will to do whatever we want. That is true. But a lot of you are so, dare I say, numb to the fact, or self-absorbed, or a lot of other terms I can name, where you don't get it. Just because you can do whatever you want don't mean what you're doing is right. And if you don't believe in right from wrong and don't believe in sin, how you know it's a sin and or it's wrong is when it physically hurts you, and or emotionally with your heart, you feel some pain, negative pain in your heart, and so on. Just because you don't believe in right from wrong don't mean right from wrong does not exist. A lot of other tangents I can go off on there. Your boy the man NJ to the city. More coming soon. Peace.